What's happening YouTube, this is Thongger and today I am bringing you another Dawn of War 2 Retribution online commentary video. This game is a 2v2 victory point capture game. My ally is my good friend Phoenix and he is sporting the Oofway DLC pack. Check out his Warlock right there. I can't get a good angle of this. Anyway, that is pretty sweet Oofway. Yeah, that's his Warlock, pretty sexy looking in the sleek black and bone white. I am playing as these red and white Marines. I have the Force Commander and my opponents. There is Viper X who is playing as the Plague Champion. He has some pretty sweet looking guys. He is the Black Chaos, and we have this guy over here who has a profane name, so I shall not be uttering it. He is playing as the Ork Warboss. I shall just refer to him as the Ork Warboss. Anyway, let's kick off right here. Me and Phoenix are just gonna push for the power nodes and the wreck points in the same old fashion. That is bald brother Captain Diomedes, being bold and brave and hopefully not foolish. Anyway, not much is happening at the moment, just capping. I am going for a single tack squad. Phoenix is going for Banshees. This guy over here, Ork Warboss, is going for double shooters plus his initial squad of sluggers, and we have Viper X going for Chaos Space Marines. So I'm just venturing forward over here, and I see these heretics over here, so I am going to take some pot shots at them. I'm just gonna pew away at them, just gonna kite these guys for a bit. My tacticals are nearby, and my tacticals will be more than a match for these greedy little chaos heretics, so he knows he's outmatched, so he's gonna fall back. Meanwhile, both our opponents are making a strong push for the center. They have pretty significant presence over here, but Phoenix is pushing well deep in the enemy territory over here. Meanwhile, I am gonna push down my flank over here with a flamer as soon as I get it. But our opponents are just fortifying the middle right here, and they see Phoenix going for a gen bash over here. So actually, the both of them are going to hit Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna try and do what damage he can with his Guardians and his Banshees. These Guardians look pretty sweet. I didn't really notice how purdy they looked. So we have the Warboss and the Shooter Boys coming up over here. Phoenix was not able to hit that power node, unfortunately, and his Guardians are getting a bit shredded over here. And we do have these Chaos Marines coming in from flank, and Phoenix is in a bit of trouble. He's gonna have to fall back if he doesn't want to lose that Guardian squad. Oh no, the Guardian squad goes down. That is bad. That is very bad for us. On this side, I am trying to hit this generator as well. I do have a flamer up, so yeah, just gonna wreck this power generator over here. Yep, so that power generator is down. We do have double chaos tax coming out, and we do have these chaos tax returning as well. So my guys are gonna push forward the flame over here. I do see that these chaos heretics are on the way, and my scouts are nearby. Do I throw a grenade? No, I don't throw a grenade. So anyway, my attacks are getting hit pretty hard by these guys, so I think I'm gonna fall back. Yes, I do fall back before I lose too many guys. My attacks actually do take a lot of damage. These chaos tacticals actually do have some pretty sweet DPS on them, so we're gonna have to be very careful with them. Meanwhile, we do have some gen farm set up. Phoenix has replaced his lost Guardian squad. A bit unfortunate he lost his first Guardian squad, but what can you do? So anyway, Phoenix is pushing forward over here, a bit outnumbered by this giant Ork horde over here. His guys are in a bit of an unfortunate blob. Sort of getting a bit overwhelmed by these Ork boys over here. His Banshee's gonna have to get out of there. Yes, he does fall his Banshees back, but not before forcing these Slugger boys back over here. And Phoenix is a bit outgunned, a bit outnumbered, gonna be forced back. The Plague Champion, however, is wrecking my gen farm over here. So me and Phoenix are really not playing at our best at this moment. Really on the back foot. And this Plague Champion, we did force him back before he did hit this power generator. So that was pretty good. You know, this Warboss is wrecking this gen farm over here. So yeah, I'm just gonna recap this point. Our opponents do have a double cap at this. Phoenix is pulling out a Shuriken's weapons team, and we're pew-pewing away at this Warboss. So yeah, He has his angry bits, and yeah, so whatever that does, I'm not very good at this game. I don't know the intricacies of it. Probably should, but whatever. So I am just tentatively wandering into the middle at the moment. Phoenix is coming to back me up. He does have his banshees. These orcs are hitting away at our generators, but so Phoenix is gonna inch his weapons team up. Yeah, he does lose a couple of dudes to enemy weapons fire. Although he does suppress his whole block. Although this Warboss is coming in right here and getting suppressed by the weapons team, so we're gonna have to be pretty careful over here. Getting shredded by the banshees, and not sure if he's gonna get out there. He has very little health, and he's actually just like stomping his way through here. But no, a banshee does bring him down, so that was fortunate. Meanwhile, I did nail a whole Slugger Boy squad. Yes, I nailed that whole Slugger Boy squad over here, and now my Marines are engaging these Chaos guys in close quarter combat. I am suppressing these dudes with my Devastator squad. My tacticals are mixing it up with them, and these heretics are going to be forced back. My Devastators are getting some good fire on these guys, and Phoenix is coming in. Unfortunately, he had to fall his banshees back. They were pretty low on health, so my guys are hitting these Chaos Space Marines quite well. Pity I didn't have a grenade spike waiting for those Marines. That could have really done a lot of damage to them. So we are unfortunately, the Plague Champion did revive the Warboss, and now the Plague Champion is getting a bit suppressed. But Plague Champion is he can shoot normally while suppressed. He just gets slowed a little. But Plague Champion is very tough, and yeah, he's a tough little cookie. So me and Phoenix have gone for a triple cap at this moment. I am hitting this generator, trying to do as much damage as I can. Yep, but my Marines don't really have any cover, and these double Chaos attacks are gonna hit my guys pretty hard. I do have my Devastator set up to provide covering fire. So yeah, and these Chaos Heretics healing away, making these Chaos attacks very, very resistant to damage. So me and Phoenix are just teching away at this moment. Phoenix did tech first, managed to hold on without forces he had. Fortunately, haven't suffered too much damage to our gen farms, but we really should be. I should be making more effort to hit the gen farms over here, but sort of held off by this force of Chaos dudes, and I didn't really want to venture forward too far with my Devastators. Probably should have in hindsight. So anyway, they are just outside of Devastator range, so all of my guys have good cover, and I just pelting with it, but I'm not gonna be able to do enough damage with these Chaos Heretics healing them. So I venture forward with my Chaos, with my Force Commander over here, but he gets hit by this like Bile Spewer over here. So now that these guys are suppressed, I'm gonna venture forward and start hitting these guys with a Flamer. But once again, I really should be hitting these Chaos Heretics. Yeah, they're like really making these Chaos Marines incredibly hard to kill. This Warboss, the Shuriken weapons team in a little bit of trouble over here. Yep. Phoenix does have the Merciless Witch Blade, which does knock. And he's like, this weapons team is in a bit of trouble, but fortunately does force this squad back. Shuriken weapon team a bit low on health. We're gonna have to be a bit careful of that. I do have a Librarian set up over here. Probably should have gone for a Razorback, given that. But then again, they do have Plague Champion, so yeah. So meanwhile, my Librarian is stomping forward with that power sword of his, so we're gonna force these guys back. With the arrival of my Librarian, I did manage to break this deadlock, and I'm gonna use this opportunity to wreck this power farm. Just trying to wreck their power economy as much as I can. Yeah. So just burning away. I do see the arrival of these Plague Champions, and I know Plague Champions are pretty deadly. I'm trying to lure them forward to. Unfortunately, I retreated my commanders. I did not want to do that. And these guys can pretty much walk through any storm of fire. My Devastators are just unloading onto them. But yeah, just look at the amount of fire my Devastators are putting out on these guys. But they're just walking through a hail of bullets. And I'm like, oh, come on, just die. I really should have had Vengeance on. Then my Devastator stops to reload, and I'm like, oh dear, this isn't good. So then they engage my Devastators in hand-to-hand combat, and I'm forced to pull my Devastators back. Unfortunate my commanders had to retreat, and now there's this huge blob on the opposing team coming forward over here with a two-pronged assault, and me and Phoenix are a bit on the back foot over here. And this Plague Champion, being a one-man army, just wrecking my power farm. Although I'm coming forward to save my poor little power generator over here, and I'm hitting him with a power fist. Don't manage to kill him, but unfortunately. So yeah, they are just massing really strongly in the center at the moment. Huge force. Gonna have to be very careful. Fortunately, Phoenix does have a Wraith Lord up, and with the Shuriken weapon upgrade, so this will be quite a potent force for us that we can rally behind to storm the center with. So meanwhile, I'm gonna hit this power node again, but it hasn't been developed yet. So anyway, I'm just gonna wreck this node anyway. Why not? Now Phoenix is inching forward with the Wraith Lord, but getting a bit pelted by lots and lots of bullets. So I'm gonna have to be quite careful with that. Yeah. So Phoenix drawing them forward with the Shuriken weapons team and just suppressing them and coming forward the Wraith Lord, and my guys are coming in from the other side as well and just forcing them. But I do get a model kill or two, but they do retreat before we can cause too much damage. So yeah, now we have control of the center. I did lose my scout sergeant somewhere, I'm not sure where, but Phoenix's Warlock, is he gonna get out at 9? Oh no, he doesn't. That is unfortunate, but my force commander is over here. He is a bit unsupported. Did charge a bit ahead of my dudes over here, but did force these guys back, and now I'm gonna try and hit this weird boy and stomping away at him with my power fist. Just slamming away, Librarian chopping away with his power sword as well. Unfortunately, there is this big horde of Orks coming out. My Devastators are nowhere in sight, a bit far away. So yeah, my guys are getting a wee bit of trouble over here, so I'm gonna have to fall back. My Librarian stays. I tried to hit him with Smite, but he was stunned, so yeah, that was unfortunate, so I had to fall back right there. So, and this Plague Champion is being annoying, just hitting our Gen Farm again. He is being very good at hitting that Gen Farm. Annoying. Anyway, my Devastator does turn around to hit these guys over here, so I am suppressing these dudes, forcing them back a bit. My Devastator is just holding the line on their own. Although my scouts do see these guys, and I tell Phoenix to back me up with his Banshees. Yeah, so Phoenix does dive in with his Banshees, and he does give my my dudes time to turn the Devastator around. So now his Banshees are really tearing into these guys, which is a great move by Phoenix, just ripping up these Marines. So I'm trying to like turn these guys on, but these shooters are storming forward and engaging my dudes in close quarter combat. Probably should have stuck my guys in there, but the shooters are wrecking my Devastators. So Phoenix and I forced to retreat from the center, unfortunately. I am just inching forward, just trying to regain lost ground over here. Viper Rex is being a real pain, and the Orc player is stacking a tier 3. He has a ton of wreck, not much power, but loads and loads of wreck. So yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen a war truck on this field. Anyway, these guys are doing really well, just keeping our whole army at bay. These double attacks of Zinch bolters, just very shooty. I really should have gone for a Razorback. But then again, like I said, these Plague Marines being very annoying. Plasma Cannon team probably would have been quite useful. Yep, so this weird boy supporting the Orc advance over here. My Librarian does come from behind, although I am in big trouble over here. So just trying to fall back. Librarian, a bit overexposed. Not sure my Librarian's gonna get out of there. No, I think he does. Although I do have a Devastator set up to cover the retreat, so this Warboss is now taking a bit of fire and forced to fall back. Phoenix is pushing forward into the middle, but his Warlock is a bit overextended over here beyond Guardian support. So Warlock is not a tanky offense hero, he's more of a support hero. This energy shield did take a pounding, did save the Guardians from most damage, however, and the Guardians are doing quite a lot of damage, but now we have the Warp Vomit, and now these Guardians are in a bit of trouble with this Orc weird boy just pounding away at them, and we do have lots of Chaos troops on the field. My Devastators are inching forward over here, but these Chaos Marines are still putting out some pretty significant damage. I wasn't really paying attention at this point, and this Plague Champion just comes forward and just boom, starts wrecking my dudes. I'm like, and now that I'm watching, it's quite painful to watch. Oh man, that is painful. Not a good way to die. And my Devastators go down like a bunch of rocks. So that's not good for me. I did get a couple of model kills on these Plague Marines over here, and I'm trying to come forward over here. My Librarian in a bit of trouble. He tries to fall back and just stands there for a second and oh boom, just dies. No, my poor librarian. And my force commander is trying to get at these guys. Just sort of wanders past. Not really doing any specials, and Plague Champion, boom, killed both my heroes. Fantastic. That Plague Champion really was the bane of my existence this whole game. Yeah. What upgrades do you have? Mucus Discharge. Yeah, makes his guys incredibly tough and immune to knockback and bloody blah. Anyway, Phoenix is having some success on this side, although the Warboss is really doing a lot of damage to this poor little Wraith Lord over here. Phoenix's Ork doing some good damage, but the Wraith Lord is in big trouble here. I'm not sure the Wraith Lord is gonna get out of there. Doesn't really look that way. Ork is trying to do what she can, but this Warboss is crazy tough. Ork is just like barely scratching. She's doing like no damage to him whatsoever, and this Ork needs to get out of there, and I think she will be getting out of there. Ork is very fast and difficult to catch. So now our opponents have a very strong presence in the center. I really shouldn't have lost my Devastator. I'm pulling out another Devastator squad. I really don't know what to get at this point, because like this is a really blobby enemy army, and yeah, so Phoenix trying to go for these heretics. These heretics actually being very much tougher than they should be, taking on both my commander and the Banshees. And now we do have knobs on the field, and these knobs will be a big problem for me and Phoenix. Yeah, and this just goes to show how tough Chaos Tzeentch Marines are. They are like, look at the rate at which my Marines are dying. It is frightening. So I'm trying to set up my Devastator over here. So one of my Devastator squads is not one of the Marine squads is not suppressed, and my Devastator squad in cover just goes down like a rock. I was like, what? Is that even possible? So yeah, so that, and my force commander, he just gets like raped. That is the only word for that situation. He just got surrounded by knobs, and the Plague Champion and just got like absolutely butchered. I'm trying to do what I can against these guys with shotguns over here, but it's like powing away and doing like no damage, and these Plague Marines are just wrecking my dudes. Phoenix, his army is really set back over here. I did really play quite terribly in this game, lost way too many units. 2 Devastator squads gone down the drain, Librarian gone. That was a huge loss. Shouldn't have lost my Librarian. I mean, Phoenix is just doing what he can to uncap. We're still fighting on, but it's difficult. Phoenix is pulling out a Falcon Grav tank at this moment. Falcon Grav tanks always quite useful, quite shooty, high DPS, nifty to have. This is a huge blob over here. Not much I can do against that, short of cranking out super units on my own, which I can't. What's happening? I'm losing. That's what's happening. We're losing horribly. That is precisely what is happening over here. And we have another Knob squad coming out here. So, and we have a Chaos Dreadnought coming out as well. And we have this huge Ork blob wrecking Phoenix's Guardians over here. These Guardians in a world of trouble. He does hold a nice well-placed grenade. It does cause some damage and forces huge blob back and gives Phoenix more time to wreck these generators. Still fighting on, but not much we can do at this point. I'm just looking at my opponent's army. It's a freaking massive army, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't realize up to this point. Oh yeah, there go my scouts. At this point I was like, oh dear. I was like, run away little scouts, run away. I think my scouts do escape. Yeah, so at this point I honestly didn't realize how quickly Tzeentch Marines could kill regular tactical Marines. That was like frightening. And Tzeentch Marines, I was playing in a game with Phoenix after this, and I had my Tzeentch Marines actually do quite a lot of damage to a Falcon Grav tank, even to a Razorback. If they get rear armor shots in, it's like that is like almost light AV in the amount of damage they can do. And we do have a Chaos Dreadnought on the field as well. That is really not good for me and Phoenix, and this sort of just seals the deal. For us, Phoenix trying to edge around, but getting way outnumbered. Just huge Ork army here, trying to bail out as fast as he can with the Falcon Grav tank, but it's just getting hammered on all sides. And it turns his rear armor, which is not good, and now it's getting smashed to bits. He's trying to lure these guys in the range of the Shuriken weapons platform to suppress these guys. His guys do come out to hit these Orks, but these Orks are not getting suppressed at all. I think they do. Yeah, they're just walking through the Shuriken weapon fire, and yeah, that Falcon Grav tank does go down, and the Ork is in big trouble as well. I am pushing forward to try and help out Phoenix as fast as I can, but there's precious little Phoenix can do. against this blob. And he is suppressing these guys. Now these guys are suppressed. I'm like, I pull out my last ditch trump card. I could have pulled out Terminators with this, but no, here comes the orbital bombardment. So I didn't, yes, I do hit this entire blob. I'm trying to do what damage I can. I do kill a Plague Marine actually. And boom! Woohoo! Ooh, that's quite a lot of damage actually. So, bada boom, bada bing. So, yeah, so lots of death and chaos and madness and all on all sides. But I realized that I didn't do nearly as much damage as I wanted to. And now these knobs are coming and coming to ruin my day. And oh dear, they're just smashing my dudes apart. Precious little my tactical marines can do. I'm pulling out a predator, but at this point I'm like, Phoenix, I think we're as good as dead. Because Phoenix, we have like nothing on the field, and we have Pure Dreadnought and double knobs. I think as soon as double knobs appear on the field, that's it. Good game. So yeah, so I was like, yeah, I think let's just surrender right here. Sorry to spoil it, but you can probably see from the video timer that this game is pretty much all lost. I never triple cap at this point. So anyway, I do lose tons of games just because I rarely post a lot. I don't like to post losses. I don't like losing. Phoenix hates losing, just so you know. He absolutely hates losing. But yeah, it's no fun losing, but this is just a loss. I think my opponents played fantastically. That Plague Champion was a real beast on the field. So me and Phoenix, I think we put up a good fight at the middle. At the middle of the game, but later our opponents just outplayed us. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thongger out.